Hello, everyone, and welcome to a sneak peek of what you can expect during next week's career planning module on November the 10th. The career planning module is the final session during the clinical trials research program, and that's for good reason. We want you to learn from your colleagues, absorb amazing information, and collect data that will support your professional development. Once we connect on November the 10th, we'll take that information and ensure your career plan is also synced up with the areas that piqued your interest and ultimately where you want to go with your professional path. But for now, a little preview and a little pre-work. So for those that I do not know, my name is Rosanne Nelson, and I am thrilled to join you today from ACC. I have been with ACC for nearly 7 years with a specific focus on member leadership development. I come to you with a background in leadership development, organizational development, change management, and organizational culture. But of greater importance, I come to you with a passion for those areas. And this is an important distinction that we'll address again next week in terms of our career path. However, for now, I wanted to provide just a little preview of what you can expect and a little pre-work to get you thinking a bit more about your career path prior to next week. And so, for most of us, we go through the milestones of life in a fairly linear process. And somewhere along the way, we assume our career path will also be fairly linear. However, while we may expect a career path to travel seamlessly from A to Z, the reality is that life is filled with twists and turns, and your career journey is no different. This is why establishing a career plan with an eye toward your personal mission, vision, and values is essential, as in a document that encapsulates everything you'd like to be, to do, and to have in your career. It defines what success looks like, it defines what success doesn't look like, and it defines what excellence looks like and what excellence does not look like to you. It also expresses your vision for where you want to be in the future, while also reflecting your values, goals, purpose, and how you wish to operate going forward. This is a critical exercise, but it's also an iterative exercise. A career plan is not a document to be conducted one time and considered written in stone. A career plan is more like a roadmap, guided by areas that are essential to your growth and development, with the expectation that you will make adjustments along the way. Planning for your career should be a continual process that allows you to monitor and alter your plans and adjust as circumstances dictate. However, it should not be a guess. We want to support your CTR ambitions and ensure that your career plan sets you up for long-term success after the program concludes. Your career path will shift as your life shifts alongside. Your goal is not to avoid the twists and turns, but to ensure you remain linked to your professional and personal mission, vision, and values. Consider those items your North Star. So within Member Hub, each of you should see a link that will take you to a career planning document. And you'll see a few screenshots on this screen, on this slide, to sort of give you a snapshot of what you'll be working with. Prior to our gathering next week, we want you to take some time to complete the document. So first, find a quiet space. This could take a little while, as we're asking you to craft your personal mission, vision, and values statement. So we all work in organizations with a mission, vision, and values statement on the wall, on the homepage of the internet site, in the financial disclosure forms. But when was the last time you considered your own personal mission, vision, and values? And when was the last time you considered the alignment of your mission, vision, and values in concert with your professional goals? So this exercise is intended to kickstart your thinking about what is most important to you in your professional life. And when we're complete, you'll have a bit more clarity around your professional North Star. So a couple things to chat about before you get started. First, the mission statement. This area within the document is asking you to describe what you want now and how you'll achieve your long-term aspirations. It's really more concerned with the present state, not the future. But it does answer the questions of what do I do? How do I do it? Who do I do it for? What makes me different? It talks about the present leading into the future and how you'll get to where you want to be. Then we are going to ask you to focus on your vision statement. And this is really describing what you want to achieve in the future. It really answers the questions of where do I want to be in 5 years or 10 years or even 15. It defines the optimal desired future state, the mental picture of what you want to achieve over time, over those 5, 10, or 15 years. But it also shapes your understanding of why you're doing what you do. So this document also includes what makes a great mission and vision statement. And it also addresses the values that we really want you to consider. In this capacity, when we talk about values, we're really talking distinctly about extrinsic versus intrinsic values. Intrinsic values in the workplace are typically benefits, the compensation, maybe your bonus structure. The intrinsic values are the things that we don't necessarily see, but we feel, and they mean a lot. The values piece happens to be my favorite, as it's often not considered when we think ahead. But what you value within your work environment or your team matters, and they have a huge impact on your professional well-being. And so within the document, you'll see examples of values you may want to consider that I do want you to take some time to think about. In other words, when you think ahead, what matters to you? Where do you see yourself? With whom do you work? And what kind of environment is it? Are you in a collaborative or supportive environment with slower growth, or a more competitive environment with high risk but quick return? Are you in a large health system or a small organization? Are you on a team? Are you a solo practitioner? Is it a flexible environment? And does your vision include work-life balance? Take a little time to think about that. Those elements of what we value are critically important. And finally, we will ask you to consider short-term goals in support of achieving those long-term goals, all the while staying true to your mission, your vision, and your values. So in the end, you should have a picture, and as you might expect, we will chat next week in terms of what that picture indicates, what it tells you, and how it might be juxtaposed to where you are today. And so with that, a reminder that your career path will shift as your life shifts alongside. Your goal is not to avoid the twists and turns, but to ensure you remain linked to your mission, vision, and values, or your professional North Star. I look forward to seeing you all next week on the 10th, and I wish you much luck with the pre-work. Take care.